but Bjorn also wanted me, like she's been working on like her other supports as well, specifically for
Yeah,
like
Brig
ranked and
and Vet,
climbing and
right?
stuff. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I've been helping her with some of her like I've been reviewing some of her comp games and not just scrims. And then I told her I'd review anything that I do with you. I
Okay.
probably would have recorded anyway, but just extra incentive too.
All right. Yeah, that's fair.
Let me close that. And I need to stream for you.
All right, let's take
And
a gander.
hopefully my computer doesn't die.
All
Let's go.
right, I'm in. I
Okay.
see. I see Batiste.
Okay, so first thing, little positioning. You don't want to position on the side cart, right? Obviously,
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
right? Widow, and you're opening this angle, right?
I don't know if I do or not. I don't remember.
You were just over here, and then you
Oh,
rotated
I
back
was.
here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm pointing it out. Um, right? So play back a cart so that you're here, or if we're
Hmm.
grasping and taking space, play closer to your tanks so that they can push up.
Okay.
Um, but realistically, we could probably just do something like, yeah, we could literally just have one of our tanks push cart and then everyone come in here, but that's a team thing. Anyway, right? Make sure that you're on the right side of cart, whether that's behind it or on either side of it or wherever you need to be. Okay? Because
Okay.
your positioning around cart is actually pretty important.
Yeah. Oh, that was a whiff plant. Yeah, I don't think it would have like mattered, but
Well, it does, but there's some other things. Yeah. So on an open stretch like this, what's probably going to end
Mhm.
up happening is we're going to use tank abilities like grasp, take space, and then you can use lamp on the corner to help us actually hold that space and push them back further.
Okay.
Right? So this is an example where you can use an aggressive lamp. So we're
Yeah.
forced to use our tank abilities to take space, right? And we're going to use lamp to hold space and to continue to push them back further, right?
Okay.
Because there's not really any great opportunities to use lamp unless you use it like in one of these half pillars. But even
Yeah.
then, it's not great because it can still be poked out by either side, right? But
Hmm.
if we get a lamp here, then we can shut down that angle with the Sigma. They have to push into the doorway, which we can punish them for. Our tanks are here. They can swing, they can pressure them, right? And then the enemy's going to be in rotation unless they push us, right?
Okay.
So ultimately, they have to push us and try to kill the lamp, and then we're just holding space and trying to punish them for it, right? But this is one of those cases where you can use an aggressive lamp to help us take space after tank abilities has been used,
Okay.
right? Long sight
Hmm.
line, tank abilities are forced out. We get to a corner because we've used our tank abilities, and now we can use lamp more aggressively.
Yep. Gotcha. I think I just need to be like using my lamp more aggressively, like in general.
Yes.
I play way too like a defensively on map. I feel like.
Mhm. Yeah. So when this happens, okay, so when we get to this corner, you either want to play in the trench here, in the little ramp, so that
Okay.
you're breaking LOS from the doorway, but
Mm.
also you're limiting they have to push out around the corner to actually spam you guys, and you guys want to hold space, right? But
Okay.
as when teams use a window like this, lamp aggressively in their faces, right? So
Oh,
lamp here, lamp the corner, right? And then we
really?
hold the space. Yeah, yeah,
Oh
because
yeah.
then they have to
Oh
push
yeah. Cause
past their window.
yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, and you guys win because you guys have a lamp and they don't,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
So you should be using lamp to counter window, especially if you have a corner or something to play around. You guys will win the spam trade, right?
Hmm.
Because you have a lamp and they don't, right?
Yeah.
Or at the very least, you force out their lamp, or they don't get value out of their window, right?
That's
So this
true.
is a very specific example where it goes along with what we were saying for just normal neutral fights, where you're going to lamp aggressively anyway,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the team should be playing aggressive with the lamps. So if you lamp, they shouldn't be running away and trying to use it to get out. Like you're not if you use lamp that way, 99% of the time you're going to lose, right? Because you're in
Okay.
rotation, you're getting shot in the back, you're getting fucked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Find a good corner to use lamp in, post up, try to turn the fight. That's your
Okay.
best chance. Like statistically, if I was doing like stats on it, I would bet that that's more often than not the better. You're gonna win more fights like that than trying to run away and try to rotate out
Okay.
of a square, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um, yeah. So again, don't be afraid to use your lamp to counter the window, especially if you have a decent corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we want to hold the corners and be aggressive and don't give up the space if we do lamp. Okay. You end up dying, yeah. But play in the trenches a little bit,
Yeah.
or you can play here. But again, the whole thing is isolating that doorway, right? You do not want to be shot from there,
Yeah.
right? If we've cleared the high ground, this is fine. If there are widows up there, then you can play more inside, but you just have to be careful of the Hanzo,
Okay.
right? Um, can always do. If we were doing a split, then you could be inside, because this could be more beneficial to you because you can heal this window. So if Clay's on this window and Hammer's on in the cart, then you can heal
Mm-hmm.
both from this side. Whereas from over
Mm-hmm.
here, you're at more of a risk. You can still heal both people, but you're at more of a risk. Whereas in here,
Gotcha.
you can heal both and you're safe, right?
Okay.
Isolating those angles, not letting them even have an opportunity to shoot you,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's very important that you check your threats, where their Widow and their Hanzo are.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, okay.
I think this kind of pops off from what I remember.
You can use your shift, yeah.
Like, I
Using
do
your
push
shift
it.
to sustain and push that too is fine.
I basically exclusively use shift like now, either whenever we get pulled or whenever we do exactly what we just did,
Yeah, that's fine.
which I think is good. Yeah.
So you're on top of card again.
Yeah. You
So
know.
it's not a problem until now,
Yes. Okay. And,
right?
and you know what's funny? I well. Okay. So I still do it more often than I would like to, but now I like notice it. Like, so if you see, like, I will be getting off like the cart like very very soon. Like, cause I'd be like, oh shoot, like like I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I
But
wasn't gonna pick at it at the beginning because it was fine, but then like in this
yeah.
situation, like right now, you are
Yes.
out of yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. I am just asking to get shot.
yeah,
Yeah. See how I like immediately drop just
yeah.
because like I noticed it so quickly now.
hmm
But, but yeah, but I still do it.
Um, hmm. So thinking about this, did we lose this fight? Yeah, we did.
I think we do.
So thinking about this, you guys are really indecisive on whether you want to pull dragon or square, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Realistically, you should only need one. Like,
Yes.
like realistically, you should need one, and you should win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so thinking about this, how could you have positioned your square better to help you guys win this fight? First, think about the timing, and then think about the positioning of it.
As for timing, I thought the timing was fine. Like,
hmm
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I mean, I'm clearly, like wrong if you are asking me like about
I
it.
I've asked questions before, and it's been totally fine. I did that to Nimbus
Yeah.
once.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
it might be correct. I just want you to think
Mhm.
about it, right?
I think my timing is fine. I think the placement should be a little bit to the left because it gets blocked by the green car. But like,
Okay.
I don't think it's terrible. it's definitely not great though. I don't think it's like terrible though. But of course, maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure you guys scouted they were on the right, I
Yes,
think.
yeah, because we saw they weren't left, and I saw two on the right, so
Yeah.
I think I called it.
Where did Nimbus Sonic? He doesn't have
Nimbus
Sonic
on
yet.
that door, yeah, on the left.
Okay. Um. Yeah, but as soon as you see their tanks, you want to be getting in a position that you can just square them. So as soon as they're rotating, like you don't even
Okay.
want them to put a shield down. You want them
Oh,
to
okay.
put a shield down reactively,
Okay.
right?
I
So
was okay.
if they're pushing out from here and they get to this corner, you want them to put a shield down here so that they can't push
Mm-hmm.
out any further and they can't touch cart,
Okay, that makes
right?
sense.
If they're allowed to use their shields or Orisa shield to take space, chances are that your window is a little bit late in the spam v spam.
Okay.
Okay, force
The
them
only
to
thing.
use abilities to get to you first,
Mm-hmm.
right? Push your
The only
innate
thing.
advantage. Keep going. Go, go. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's
No,
fine.
I'm sorry. The only thing I'm worried about is if they don't place down a shield, then they like okay, like so my thought process is whenever they're running Orisa,
Mm-hmm.
whenever they throw down a shield, they are committing to that like spot. Like you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like since there's a shield is stationary.
Mm-hmm.
So so I basically see it as soon as they put down their shield, they are not they are not moving them, like from the spot for a few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I feel like I should be placing window
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, is that right in like some like scenarios or like
Yes, it is
okay,
right when it is more of a neutral fight, right? And there's
okay.
not a lot of point pressure going on. But in this
But
case, we have
here
point
there's very
pressure,
clearly point pressure. Yeah.
yes, and they have to rotate to us, right? And spam is very weak in rotation. So you want to capitalize on that innate weakness, right?
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, so we want to capitalize on that weakness, right? So force
Okay.
them to use more resources before they can even get to point, right? And you build
Yes,
window very quickly,
you
right?
do.
So it's not it's like if you window and they're just like fuck no, we're not even touching that, and they just give up the point, that's fine too.
That's so true.
That's totally fine,
Oh my god.
right?
Hmm.
It's all good. Um, yeah, so you can think about that in the spam v spam. Okay.
Okay.
Um, as for so that's like timing based. As for positioning, yeah, you can like around the car is like fine. Like yeah, you're gonna spam them as they come through here, right?
Hmm.
So if you get the angle on it, that's totally fine, right? So there's not
Yeah.
a big deal there. The one thing that I do want to mention to you though is if they counter alt, so they bongo, they flux, they do whatever, right? They have some sort of counter alt. You want to be in a position where you can get value of window and lamp, right? So you
Okay.
guys could have pushed aggressively and literally taken
Yeah.
this corner,
Yeah.
right? And the window here, you're playing close to this, so it's harder for them to get an angle on the lamp if you do it. If someone goes
Hmm.
up top, it's harder for them to get an angle on it. And if someone tries to come out here, they have to push wide and put themselves in more of a risky position to actually shoot the lamp
Yes.
or to shoot you guys in the
Okay.
back, right? So positioning and timing are fine. They could be better,
Okay.
right? Um, so that's what I'm looking for, right? Or even if you guys wanted to be like, let's play super aggressive here, and you wanted to window
Oh
here,
boy.
right? Lamp,
I don't
they're
want.
not touching this lamp, right? Sig shield
Yeah.
over
No.
there, right? You have the corner, you have lamp. Now you don't need sig shield, so Clay can
Hmm.
just totally deny the off angle, right?
Yeah.
You can think of lamp as a extra shield in a lot of cases, right? If you want to
Hmm.
use it aggressively. Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, because yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, that was late. I'm seeing it like now.
Yeah.
I got
And then
okay.
you're positioning, right? You're opening yourself up to that angle.
So I should be playing like closer to the cart, you think?
You can play here. You could play
Oh,
like
yeah.
you could play over here if you wanted to do this. You could play closer to the cart if you want, but playing close to the cart if you guys would be more aggressive,
Hmm.
right?
And that's when you aggro lamp, as I think they did there, kind of
Yeah,
in a
well they
way.
had to because you guys squared, right?
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
how
Hmm.
Ruby wasn't Ruby. who's playing it? I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
Like they lamped to take space versus the window, right? So they lamped versus the
Yeah.
window, but they also used it to take space and to hold space, like another shield, right? So theirs wasn't great either, but it's it still works with the principles and the ideas that we're working with. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, probably positioning here. Again, if you guys are playing more aggressive, you can position here, and if you notice someone's down there, you're just like up here, right? Now
Oh
you've
yeah.
got this little off angle. So if they try to push you guys, right? So if they do push the green card, now you have this nice little off angle for your team. Plus you can heal
Yeah.
them, and no one's fucking touching you if you want to heal your
Oh
team,
yeah. Yeah.
right?
And if yeah,
Right?
that's
Yeah.
actually really true.
Yeah.
If anything, like Echo could chase me, but like Echo, if she is, like
Yeah.
chasing me, like that means that she's not doing her job right.
Yeah. Right. And if she
Yeah.
chases you, she's putting herself in between you, who is shooting them, and your team,
Mm-hmm.
right? She's putting herself
Yep.
in a bad position,
Yep.
right? At this point, you guys should be rotating through the alley to take space.
Yep.
Like,
I
there's no
remember. I
reason
think
to push this.
was there confusion this fight or I don't remember. I remember we had some like confusion before.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a bad lamp. I think I meant to like throw it like like
Yeah.
behind that pillar, but yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's the
did.
right idea. Just poor execution, which is fine. Right.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Realistically, that's fine, right? If
Hmm.
you know the right idea, then it's only a matter of time before you get it right.
Yeah.
Right? If
Hmm.
you don't know what's right or what's correct, then you'll fuck it up way more times.
True.
Right? It's way more work for a coach and for a player to fix a bad habit or to fix someone's like understanding than it is for them to like be like, this is a situation where you can do it like this, or you're like, this is the good time to do it. This is right. Execution was just a bit off, right? And that's just practice. That's how many times you throw a lamp, right? And how
Uh-huh.
much you play BAP on a specific map or something,
Yeah.
right? Like that's an easy fix.
Hmm. Like yeah. Yes.
Very good. Actually, I'm just gonna check my recording real quick. Make sure it's not doing anything
Oh.
stupid.
Oh.
Okay, it's good.
Okay. How's your snack?
Fresh homemade buns are real good.
Oh. That actually sounds nutty.
Yep. Fucking Ruby. Um, former player.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. So I think here we were struggling like where to go, or
Yeah.
I don't even
If
like remember.
if the car is past the yellow car,
Hmm.
or the cart is past the yellow cart, then you don't need to take the sight line, right? Because you just
Ever.
open
Yeah.
yourself up to more like sight lines and more
That's
pick
so
potential,
true.
right? Yeah. If you
Hmm.
guys want to swing out onto this corner, that's fine, right? It's a
Yeah,
quick little
but
shield here, or you just swing wide around the like the bar, right? And you pop
hmm
out here, and you've cut their potential pick time in half,
I think
right?
we should like value this map as a like team. Actually.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Just keep going. That's actually a good call though.
Hmm.
Yeah. See, so Clay's just. Oh, I remember we tried to take like an off angle,
Yeah.
and this fight's really, really, really scrappy. We do win it, but it's scrappy.
Where are you right now? Where'd you go? Playing on the car. You jumping on the car. Don't jump on the
I
car.
lamp. I'm always jumping.
Yeah. Well, you jumped on top of the car, right?
Mm,
Like you were
okay.
fine, like you were playing behind it, right? And you're doing what you're supposed to, and then you ended up like on top of it.
Gotcha.
Right? So it's not just cart, it's like
It's
objects.
just like any elevated surface, like you really just like don't want to be on, especially as BAP.
Oh, right?
Hmm.
You're here, Pop out, heal, break LOS, heal,
Yep.
heal, heal,
Yeah.
right?
Here I went out just for myself.
That's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, which I think is actually okay.
Yeah, yeah, totally fine. In scrappy fights, it's really powerful.
Yeah.
In
I know.
team fights, yeah, go ahead.
I know I didn't get a ton of like value, like from it, but like I think just like
You
the
didn't get,
presence, like force them like to rotate.
well, you didn't get damage value out of it. You got healing value out of it,
Yes, I did heal like a lot from it.
right? Yeah. So did you get value out of it?
Okay.
Right. And in scrappy fights, typically that's the kind of window you're gonna get, so that's fine. Plus it was last fight, so it's not a big deal. Um,
Yes.
the difference is in more organized fights, you will open with window, right? And then it's more straight on battle, so you get more value out of it, right? But when fights start to break down and you decide to use it, or you get it mid fight, that's when it's like more greedy, more for yourself, more for you and Bjorn, or one of your DPS or something, right?
Hmm.
I mentioned that I want you guys to be more aggressive onto this side, like taking space onto it.
Yes.
Um, so having you play cart is fine. Yeah, Bjorn should be up here. You can play cart, that's fine. Oh, how'd you guys do this?
They win this, so I throw a lamp up there, but I think a little late.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm up here. Oh, okay. Never mind. I was just healing. Uh, Again, I'm sitting on cart.
Yeah, and it wasn't a big
Yep.
deal until the Zen almost shot you in the head,
Yep.
right? What are you getting here? Like you're just healing your teammates, right? What are you getting over
Hmm.
on top of that cart that you're not getting down here? You're
Yeah, that's.
safer, and it's like it's actually a better angle for you because now you have like if you there's less chance you hit the ceiling,
I don't
right?
know what it is like with me and just sitting on like on carts, man.
I don't know.
Yeah. So
Hold up. I got.
oh,
There you go.
oh, for a second, checking. Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. So like it's kind of what we were talking about, right? Like playing a
Mm.
corner to
It
counter
bounced off
the
like the wall, but
yeah,
yeah.
which is unfortunate, right? And the only reason that it got less value is because we didn't have tanks here. So we need at least one tank to hold this space so that it doesn't just get
Yeah,
broken.
yeah. I don't know why Clay went to like the right there.
He probably just wanted to kite it, but it's all good.
Mm-hmm. It's alright.
It's just miscommunication. Um,
Yeah.
but you guys should sort that out. Like everyone should understand that like you're gonna use lamps to counter windows if you have a decent corner,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that everyone needs to understand that if you guys lamp, you can't run away. Like
Yeah.
more often than not, I'd rather you guys like stay and just like hold the space and use the lamp,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you guys run away way too much. And I've already mentioned it to people. Like I've said it in scrims and
Yes.
stuff before, so you can definitely remind them.
Yeah.
Over there, spawned.
That could have gone better.
was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of lucky that the Echo died though.
Yeah.
Right. You know, I'm trying to make sure that you're saving saving your lamp because they did do Echo or Echo did do Sig, and you need lamp to counter that.
Okay.
Right. So if you see them counter something that that's going to have an ult that you need lamp for, play more passive,
Mm-hmm.
like as an individual, right? You
Okay.
should almost never need to save lamp for yourself in the spam v spam.
Okay.
Like almost never. So
Yeah, see, so there I use it before they even put down shield.
yeah,
So that's what, okay, so that's what I should, yeah, see, like, it
yeah,
actually, like, works.
yeah,
Oh my god, I
yeah,
literally did it right later in the round.
yeah,
That's actually insane.
yeah. You guys do
Wow.
things right. I just don't do it consistent enough to like consistently right, right?
Yeah,
You
well,
guys
yeah.
stage, but you didn't stage on Jib, which was frustrating, right?
Yeah.
It's something the fact that you guys don't do things, but you just don't do them consistently enough that I expect of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's typically like where I find frustration in you guys. Right?
Cool. Yeah, the Zen touches, but it's not enough. Yeah, I remember winning this. Because then we lose third point, but it's
Yeah.
whatever.
Third point is gonna take some special like rotations and stuff for
Yeah,
you to
third
do.
point's really awkward. Especially, I think they switched to Hanzo? Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. I don't remember what they swapped. Was this team that ran dive
No.
tanks? Dive tank snipers maybe?
No, it was not this team. And this was still too far off. Or Rick split.
Hmm. I'm thinking if I wanted you to do anything different.
Okay.
Um, team wide, nothing super specific for you, but team wide, the call should have been to push up, like everyone play more aggressive except for you, right? And you're
Okay.
pushing cart, and you're just using cart cover like this,
Okay.
right? Using the cart to apply point pressure, but also using it as cover. Okay,
Okay.
but it's a specific,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because essentially, actually, we'll just do a little bit of like map theory for Havana. So
Ooh.
specifically, you do not want the enemy to have this corner, especially if they have a
Okay.
BAP. Okay, that's why you take up there. That's why you play in this doorway. That's why you be aggressive here, right? You
Mm-hmm.
want this sight line. You do not want them to have this sight line,
Okay.
right? So a lot of it hinges on this corner, this pillar, right? So whichever team
Yes.
is set up and has the longer sight line to begin with is typically going to win this fight. That's why it's so hard for teams to attack on this because they don't take space aggressively enough, and the enemy is allowed to sit here. And the only way you break through that is if you get picks, right?
Gotcha.
And picks can be very hard to come by if you're playing at a high level scrim because people know when to LOS and when to take duels and blah blah blah, right? And they're very good at taking duels,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's very hard to find picks on a map like Havana third. But whatever team takes control of this pillar first, more often than not would win, right? Because you have the nice long sightline. They have to push into you. Um, spam sucks in rotation, right? We have the longer sightline. We have cover usage. We have like a mini pack over here somewhere. Yeah, right there, right? We can have this high ground looking down on them, right? Much easier for us. And there'd be ways that we counter that, but that's like very specific, and unless we were playing a tournament, I wouldn't go into it. Um,
Yeah.
but just like for your sake, if a team did this to you guys and was like playing super aggressively, we would play more so like here, and we'd take this angle. Okay, so you'd have someone
Mm-hmm.
take this angle, and then you'd play more for the gate doorway. And then when you got picks or you guys push someone out, or forced at resources, then you would look to take space again.
Okay.
Right? So this pillar, insanely important, and then this high ground is insanely important. So this corner,
Yes.
this chunk, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this is important, and this high ground becomes important. So what you guys want to be doing after you've won this fight, you've pushed to here, is you want to be more aggressive, right? So you can be aggressive like down here on the slope. Hell, you could even do like, if you have the time, you can even stuff them like this, right? And then have like sig push card or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, right, be aggressive, take space, right? Because if you give them this corner, this high ground, this corner, and then you give them this corner, fights become so hard. And that's where we're losing fights, right? When they have control of either of those spots.
Okay.
So, just a thing for you to think about.
Mm-hmm. That pull.
Yeah.
That was so annoying. We should have won this. Oh yeah, the other flux screws us over.
Mm-hmm. Right, now
What
we're
could I have
fighting.
like?
Yeah,
Sorry.
go.
What could I have like done there? Like I don't know. I mean, like I don't know if like what could I have like done
To help win the
like
fight.
yeah. I feel like I couldn't do like much else.
So we're here.
I'm playing a little too far up. That pull's annoying.
Gross.
Just alright. Yeah, so I thought on lamp now. Should I have like waited like another like second like to see if it actually got like canceled or not? You think?
Yeah, so you want to hold on to lamp as long as possible.
The only thing is like okay, so usually like whenever you flux the BAP,
Yep.
you usually try to kill him before he's able to throw
Mm-hmm.
down a lamp.
Yes.
But yeah,
Look at your position. You were
yeah,
like
I
up
was
here.
behind a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely.
Yep. So like you're right, but in this situation, you can actually throw it down later, right? You can save it because they're
Gotcha.
not going to pressure you. It's the same thing if you're
Yes.
fluxed in like a corridor, right? If you're
Hmm.
fluxed in here, you can just throw down the lamp immediately because you're going to get the
Yeah,
value of it, right? Because there's a
that's
roof,
very true.
right? So the
Yeah.
position of where you get fluxed is going to determine how soon or how late you throw down lamp, right? So
Okay.
you need to try to be aware of where you are on the map and what you're open to, right? So if you're playing
Okay.
like this corner and you're like peeking in and out, getting your shots in, getting your healing, right? And you're playing more towards the cover and you get flux, you're like, okay, easy. I don't have to worry about flanks and where I am on the map because I know I'm already in cover, right? And you can
Mhm.
be like, awesome, I can save lamp a bit, right? And I can focus on
Mhm.
healing people in the flanks that the flux are actually getting shot. But if your position is a little worse and you're out here already, right, and you're in the sight line, then you have to be like, oh shit, do they have that? Do they have the lower? Do they have the upper one? Do they have anyone flanking on like that coast? Anyone on the back doorway? Like, where are they? Right? So that's why like your initial positioning is very important. Um, so that you're playing like close enough to walls that even if you get fluxed here, right? You can still kind of
Mhm.
drift over towards the wall so you're safer,
Yes.
right? Assuming no one's over there. But now you just have to
Mhm.
worry about one, two angles, right? Instead of
Mhm.
over here we got one, two, three, potentially four, right? Or if
Yeah.
anyone's just holding that corner,
Gotcha.
right? So that's why the initial positioning is very important.
Mhm.
Um,
I don't think I even like realized that they duped like Sig, so that's also on me.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't realize, and then I'm dead. But I get shift off, but I don't think it matters. Yeah, we don't win this. then we have to skip like a little while here.
Yeah.
Cause yeah. Wait, well, don't we full hold them here? No, no, we don't.
No,
No, no,
no,
no,
you don't.
no, no, we don't. No, no, no.
No, because I had to play.
Yes, you're right. And yeah, and
It
we
was
and we're
bad.
capped with like 2 minutes left, I think.
Yeah,
Two
it
22 or
was
something.
it was bad because like DPS is not my
Well,
role. I had no warm
hey,
up.
hey,
And I was playing like
listen,
50
listen,
FPS.
listen, listen, listen. I am going to ignore your play. Do not worry.
Oh, fridge, it
Heck.
was fucking bad. I don't think you understand just how like fucking bad this is. I'll
Heck,
point it out in a couple spots, but like it
even
was
if you do want to, like, okay, if you want to skip this other like half, like we can like as well.
no, it's
If
fine.
you if you don't, dude,
But like just to
we're
put
just
it
sitting
into
around like
context, I think I got Bob at the end of second.
yes, you did. I
Yeah.
remember. I remember Bjorn was like, "Oh yeah, Max got his first bomb." I'm like, "Oh jeez." Like yikers.
Right. A little bit back further.
Yeah. All right, so Max is in.
30 more
Bam.
seconds. There, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, perfect.
It's part
Boom.
of your
Oh
job to
yeah.
watch that.
Watch the right side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Hammer's
I
focused
was
on
not
front
aware of
line,
that.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you and Bjorn should be like, if Bjorn's charging up a volley, it should be like, quick look, volley, right? No one's
Mm-hmm.
here, volley, right?
Gotcha.
But as supports, it's also your job to make sure that your team isn't getting like flanked, right? It's a
Okay.
similar thing with like Lucia, right? If they have a Reaper, you watch the flanks, you make sure he's not trying to get value,
That's true. I
right?
guess like I don't know why. Like I guess since they're just on spam, like I just didn't like think about like flanking and stuff. Even though they are on like um in Echo.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know.
let me explain spam to you. Um, so there's kind of two ways to play spam. There's the one that's just like stack up, you just roll over your enemy team, you try to have superior spam, right?
Yes.
And then there's the one that's more off angle focused, where you try to get more value through off angles, right? And typically the off angle approach is when you don't have map control, right? Or you're losing a
Okay.
fight. So they're pushing into us. They want to take a flank to open up a fight and get a pick, right? Because flanks are where you're going to get picks because it's harder to track them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like if we're looking at last point, if I can get there, how fast can I get there, right? It's hard to
Mm-hmm.
get picks here because there aren't many flanks, right? As an attacker, right? Which is one of the reasons why, again, it's harder to push into this, right? So if you're not getting picks, it's hard to get value. One of the ways to get picks is to look for flanks for non-expected angles, right? So Junkertown, you guys are really bad at this for Junkertown. You'll win a fight, or you'll be winning a fight on first, attacking, and then you'll forget about the flanks, and then they'll come out and they'll get 2, 3 picks with their flank, right? Because you guys aren't paying attention to them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they can no longer win the frontline battle. They can no longer win just the straight up spam war. They have to take flanks to try to get direct hero damage instead of shield damage, right? And to look for
Okay.
picks to turn a fight or to open up a fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So especially when you guys don't know their full comp, that's another thing. Yeah, well you should have by now because you should have checked tab. But anyway, um, yeah, right. Because Hammer wants to spam and he wants to get pulls, so he's gonna be mainly
Yes.
focused on the front line, right?
As he should be. Yeah.
Yeah,
I should be checking flanks.
yep. And honestly, Nimbus should have had it Sonic, but I don't remember how he was using it Sonic here, so
I don't remember either.
yeah. But basically, he's gonna have one of these doors Sonic, so he's either gonna have this one, or he's gonna do something over here, right? So
Okay.
getting a Sonic like on this building to make sure no one's like up here doing anything stupid, or they're not like taking this flank, which sometimes people do, right? So he's gonna use Sonic on one, and then it's kind of you, Bjorn, and whoever else is able to take. Uh, Maybe Clay, like Clay's head should be on a swivel, but like you and Bjorn should also be looking for it, right? Because you
Okay.
guys are the most vulnerable. If Hammer gets like volleyed by the Zen, probably not gonna die, but if you guys get volleyed, you're dead, right?
Okay.
And even if they do volley and they force out like fortify, or they force into back, that's still a lot of value for them. Right, so you guys need to track those flanks. And I do think it is more on Clay, Bjorn, and Nimbus with Sonic than you necessarily, but you should also have your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
Right.
I should be playing a little. I'm playing a little too wide against spam.
Mm-hmm.
I shift there just because just because I had to reload. I remember, and just because like I was like nervous like that they were low. No, that lamp's not great.
Yeah,
guess
you
that
would have
definitely
died if you didn't, so that's fine. Right, but again, still want to limit the amount of times that you have to use lamp for yourself.
Yes.
Right, so
I think I used it like for both me and Hammer though.
yeah.
Like
But
yeah.
you would have died. Hammer wouldn't have, because you got sticky.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
So you play in like here, right?
Mhm.
Cut off the angles, or maybe you're inside here, right? Maybe you're that's back too far.
Like yeah, like right down
Maybe
the
over
stairs.
here
Maybe.
if we're holding like the ticket booth.
Which we were.
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, right. Like in the middle is not great.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, first it's if you start getting pushed and you have to like back up, so it's hard to find a good positioning. So not the biggest deal.
Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, I remember that.
To be fair, you died before me, so.
Haha. Wait.
Yeah, that was just because I was playing like a coward and wasn't taking like any duels or anything.
Maybe you need us. Yeah, maybe you need to self your VOD. I cannot talk right now. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I knew a lot of what I did wrong, but like, eh,
It's hard to like react. Yeah.
yeah,
Like that. Yeah.
like no warm up and like any of that shit. Like,
That's That's
I'm
fair.
very religious about my warm ups for competitive play.
Mhm.
Not like ladder play, but like organized competitive play. So I always used to do like at least an hour of like very specific warm up and like
Oh
almost
my
the same
gosh.
thing every time.
1 hour.
Yeah.
I remember I said just take spam here so I can get window. I believe.
Okay.
Then yeah, okay, so I remember this. I think I lamped a little early. Yeah, I did not need a lamp there like at all. He was literally like out of position. Not out of position, but like, you know, he was already out of like the way. He was using fortify.
Yeah, he was fine.
Hammer was yeah, Hammer was not gonna die.
I also want to draw your attention to this because you did do something really well here. Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to point it out to you so you know what you did right.
I was gonna say, because I am not aware of it.
Whatever, that's fine.
Again, yeah, I'm always saving shift for either pulls or whenever we get grass, but usually for pulls.
Right there. So, shield goes out, you shoot, shield cracks, you
Oh
back
yeah.
up. Yeah,
Okay.
it's good,
Yes.
right?
That's something. Yeah.
We've talked about that before. Or maybe I
Yeah.
was talking to Bjorn about it, but like it's good. And I wanted to make sure
Yeah.
you recognize that.
Yeah, I did not need the lamp down there. I remember. I wonder if
Actually, actually, Bjorn would have
Wait.
died there if you hadn't lamped.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because she got pulled.
Oh, aha. Okay, so that it
So
wasn't. Okay,
lucky,
it was actually
lucky
fine.
happenstance, yeah.
Yeah. How is this window up high ground? Because I think
Solid.
Hammer has to like drop. So I don't know how great it is if he has to drop like he does now.
Still fine.
Actually, yeah,
Because he
'cause
gets
I usually like
initial poke out of it, and then you get value out of it.
okay.
Right, and I was trying to play around here, but I was also just over help, trying to help Clay. and then I killed their Sig, and then I got
Oh
Bob.
yeah.
Yeah.
Should I have
Um,
dropped? See, yeah. See, now that I think was a good lamp.
that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it did get canceled, like I still think I used it.
Yeah, it was still roughly the same time. Good time,
Yeah.
right? Because they could have control of these angles.
Yes.
They could come wide here. Again, they're
Yeah.
fighting for control over this high ground, so that's,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, because I don't think I knew where their widow was.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Uh, well, I think I forced a duel with him or something, and he killed me.
That's all right. Remember, I keep like Bjorn alive here. I think for like a little while. Yeah.
Got you good at you.
I was gonna throw lamp on Bob just because I knew I was about to like die there.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
that
the
would have been
one.
fine, just using your abilities. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
just because
could
yeah,
have
well,
gone best.
because every ability gets refreshed except for Mercy's res, right? Like whenever you die.
Yes. Pretty
I
much.
thought so. I remember I got picked there. That's just unlucky.
Yeah, out of position.
Yeah.
If you want to be like, if you want to be stupid careful with it, because we have like half spawns are here, just come out here. Just drop down.
Wait, hold on. Wait,
Well, not
there's
not
an exit
not
to the
necessarily
right.
that not necessarily that door. I can't remember if that one opens. Um,
I've never
let
seen that
me.
door.
This one. Yeah, this one's open. Yeah.
I've never seen that door in my entire life.
Yeah, because people just go with this one. There's
All right.
right. There's
Oh
three.
wait, there's another one. Oh my
Most,
gosh.
almost every single. Yeah, no, every single spawn point has at least two out of them, right? But they're
Hmm.
just kind of shitty because it has like they're right next to each other. So there's a
That one
couple like
sucks.
that.
Yeah.
But ones like this, like there's typically two, right? At
Yeah.
least. So,
I know there like always is. I guess I just never saw it there.
right? Yeah. So you can just like literally come down here and drop down if you want, and then you're just like,
Hmm.
oop, jump back up here,
Okay.
right? Or you like, okay, over here, jump back up, heal the team from over this angle, jump over the wall if you want to be unpredictable or some shit, right? Just whatever, mix it up.
Yep.
Or you guys could literally just come out here and be like, fuck you guys, you're not taking space, and just bunker up.
I don't think we should, but
I'm just saying it's a.
all right. I actually have food here. Can you give me like 1 minute? I'm
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry. Yeah. Sorry. You look at footage or something. I don't know.
Okay.
What did I come back to here?
Just checking out hats.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chipotle. Right, I'm back.
That could have gone best. That could have gone best.
Mm. And teams usually will get that corner, that first corner, if they catch staggers and people have like late spawns and split spawns, right? So look what they're doing, right? So if we
Yeah.
don't even want to like take this fight here and even get potential for staggers, we just all rotate down here, right? And then we group up, right? So all good, right? Or if you're the only one that gets like a close spawn, then you're just like, okay, and you hop up through the window.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, ignore that dynamite real quick.
And it was beyond it.
And then I was like, I'm not getting Bob, I'm going Chaser to try to pressure them.
Você tá com alguma única vez, uma.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Yeah, I remember just being like, oh, okay.
Let them up.
Make sure that if you're using lamp, like especially aggressively, that you're giving the callouts for it, right? Like right before it breaks and stuff. Also, a small thing, if you can't, it's just so situational, but if you can't LOS a window, just play to the side of it. Like try to get like literally in
Oh
line with
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Obviously, yeah. But. And then this was us just like staggering for touches. You get first touch.
And then cap.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought you were dead. That's why I went out to touch, but that's fine. Ah. Okay. Was there another map you wanted to take a look at?
Actually, can you maybe check like Nepal?
Paul.
Oh, I need a number because yeah, because we played yesterday.
Paul.
Because I know there I play Brig, Lucio, and Bap. I don't know. We get a little bit of like everything. Oh.
8B7.
Traveling to Nepal.
Oh wait, it started. Fuck. I hate that.
I was
Sometimes I
gonna say like that.
fucking hate control maps. Okay. We were doing this. Clay's there. You're there.
Wait, okay. Sorry, this is like a very like small thing.
Yeah.
And of course we can't, like see it. So Wisp obviously TPs,
Mm-hmm.
and usually since control points are pretty close to the like since spawn is decently like close to the like point
Mm-hmm.
I usually do not amp speed then. For this one though, I do. Is that like okay? I don't know if that makes any like sense or not.
Well, if you want to talk about an ideal world, then yes, it is fine, assuming they're playing Brawl or something else that also wants to go into point. Assuming they're playing, if they're playing something that's a bit slower and it isn't going to pressure us in this rotation, then no, it's not.
Okay.
Um, Like it's still fine to amp out because even if they're playing something a bit slower and spammier, you still get to stables faster, or you get to point faster, and that's still okay. Um, but if they are playing something more spammy, then there's a chance you want to amp onto them in order to capitalize on someone being stupid, right? Whereas if it's a brawl mirror, whoever you just want to get to point fast, right?
Yeah.
As fast as possible, and that's going to be amping after you TP, right?
Gotcha.
So
I think it's always safe to speed though. I think after that one though. Maybe that's just me though.
yeah, you're about 8 seconds here. Yeah, 5. Yeah, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
On this map, yeah, you're fine. I would have to just like look at the timings of the other ones, but if they're anything like this, then that's good. Because we TP here and we drop, and we get about here until amp ends. Yeah.
Right.
Yep, just fine on this map. If you're concerned about other ones, just test it out, look at the timing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is the only one that I was concerned about. Oh yeah. I didn't realize he was gonna go high ground, so I just. My God.
Do. So, what should happen is you guys should be holding on the bell on here,
Okay.
not the
And
bridge.
not bridge.
No,
Okay.
you hold bridge if you're 100% sure they're coming down here. And any decent team, or any like, not decent team, any decently smart team is not going to run down main like this over here, or they're not going
Mm-hmm.
to run left like this, right? This was the point I was making the other night about like, if you guys are going to retake, you should start here on this bridge. Now you have that option, you have the kitchen option, and you also have
And
the
main.
main.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? You have all your options, and they can't figure out which one you're going to, right? Or
Yeah.
even if you want to go main, you still come up here so you're not sure, right? And then you hug the wall so they can't tell, right?
Okay.
So you hold more towards the bell, and then you have someone scout over here, right? So you can tell.
Okay. That would usually be Wisp, I would assume, right? Or actually, maybe not.
In our comp,
Actually, not sure. Actually, it could
actually,
be me.
it could be you, it could be Bjorn. Actually, I think Bjorn would probably be the best one I'd want over here, to be honest.
Okay.
If I was giving that like setup, because we want your amp to be able to engage on them here if they do go there,
Okay.
right? Because basically we're going to be engaging on them in these chokes, right?
Yes.
And we need your speed boost to do that. Bjorn can still contribute while scouting here, and she can throw an aggressive lamp if we need it,
Yes.
right? So, whereas you need to be more in the thick of things to get more value, right? You could be playing a bit more left than other people who are playing more towards on the bell here. That way you can get an angle onto the kitchen, or you can look more into the top left, or the
Mm-hmm.
high ground exit, so you can scout other angles. But you need to be close to the rest of your team so that you're able to speed boost them as soon as you guys get the scouting information, right? So it's a balance
Okay.
between getting as much scouting information as you can as fast as possible, while still being in a position to help your team transition and to pressure them, right? Because you guys are going to get information through off angles. So yeah, maybe Wisp decides that he's going to play over here and he's going to scout this high ground as well as that one, right? But someone should probably be more towards this side, and then the core should be more towards the bell, right? Because this is
Okay.
central, right? Again, going with the idea of giving ourselves the most options. This is the least amount of time to get to any single rotation. If we play bridge, yeah, we're in a position if they go main, better position if they go main. But now we've given up that high ground choke, right? And we put
Okay.
ourselves in position. What just happened there? They pulled us off high ground,
Yeah.
right? right? And if we're playing this angle on a bridge, we actually don't have as much scouting information because look at the angle we're looking at for kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this angle, you know, a bit more information, right? And it seems minuscule, but like if you add that up over like all the different maps and all the different like angles you can take and whatever, like it adds up,
Oh yeah,
right?
no, I
Like
mean like I'm not like doubting that.
I know. Yeah, I I know you know, but you're not going to be the only person who watches this, so
Ah.
right, the
Ah.
angles at which you scout with are really important,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I'm out.
So this is where you guys are like unsure where you want to go.
Yes, yes, I remember, and that's why I was kind of just like wall riding because I wasn't sure. Yamp in. I'm not healing at all. There we go. I basically always speed whenever Wisp uses Death Blossom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like as you should.
Yep, you're good. I kind of just want to like, can I just mute all like all, the alt chat?
Um, I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
I've never tried.
You can hide it though, no? Can't you hide the chat?
Yeah, I definitely can.
Ah,
So we lost.
yeah.
So essentially we
I,
lost 2 alts here.
yep.
Actually,
Use
maybe
beat,
3
please.
because that. Okay.
Oh. Oh,
I
jeez.
say
You're out.
lost because like sure they like Blizzard and maybe Window. I don't want to go back and look at the timing of that, but like sure we didn't lose them per se. Like Blizzard didn't get canceled like beat, but we get no value out of it, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
people are already dead, right? So this is about being proactive in the chokes, right?
Okay.
You can literally just like amp us. You see them down there, fucking amp into them, right?
Okay.
Just go for it, right? You guys were
Mm-hmm.
calling about it and talking about it last night, right? So if we want to do a hard engage with someone on a choke and we're defending, don't be afraid to just amp into them. Just fucking go at them.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Especially when we had those alts, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm upset. I'm upset. I lost beat there. I used it really weird.
Well, you all tried to use your alts reactively instead of proactively and setting the tempo in the chokes, so that was team-wide problematic.
Yeah.
Right. And they know you guys are all here, so I don't know why you're.
Yeah.
What's Clay doing?
Yeah. Well,
Did you get?
that's a weird. Yeah, I was
Okay.
out there.
You get walled
Cause
in
that was
third.
with Cause that was with Hammer. I believe.
Like again, like I feel like this map is more like macro stuff for you guys, but like for you, but like don't group up here. Right? If you're
Yeah.
gonna go
No.
high ground and you want to go here, just sit out here. Like there's space for it. Like
Yeah. I
what
don't know
else
why
is
you
this
just
space
sit.
gonna be used for, right? Like
I
there's
don't know.
there's literally no reason to go in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we. Did you get vacuumed into that? Because you were behind that ice block.
Maybe. I honestly don't
That's
know.
dumb. Ice block should have blocked that.
Whatever.
Anyway. Yeah, well, I feel like I did a bunch of micro stuff on the map, so just doing a little bit more map theory and stuff is fine. Just in that. One more fight.
So.
You guys don't have any alts because you fucked your alt economy by being
Oh
reactive.
yeah, we did. Oh yeah, we did. I remember saying they're gonna have shattering beat. Oh yeah. Actually, I don't even know if we touch. Yeah, no, we don't. I try to touch. I get moved. Or I get pulled, yeah, that's it. Yikers.
Anyway, there's also if you guys want to get like, actually here's a set play for
Play.
you guys. Um, make it super obvious that you're coming down main. Okay,
Okay.
so like come up here, then group up here, but then have a couple people go this way. So you can
Okay.
have like you and Wisp come this way,
Mhm.
right? And then they engage you guys in rotation, and you're just like surprised it was a bait, and then you and Wisp come over the top and fuck them over,
Okay.
right? You could also beat aggressively if they decided to try it. Well, aggressively might be the wrong word for it, but they engage onto you guys, and you're just baiting them onto you, right? And then you beat to be more to stabilize and turn back the fight. Alright, so that's a little thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I was also playing around with like rotations on this side more. Like actual like full team rotations. It's
Mhm.
actually kind of funny. Because if with the Maywell, you can actually do some pretty interesting ones. But we won't talk about
I
those,
don't
that's
think
fine.
people utilize like that area
No,
like
they
enough.
really don't.
I think it's pretty cool.
It is.
I feel like people didn't. I don't know. I feel like people didn't like really use like kitchen until probably like last year. But maybe that's just me. So I remember I say I should start Brig, but then the team says just start BAP. Should I always start BAP and then stop like the Brig if I like need to, or
So Brig is better for the dive, and
yes,
then BAP is better for the spam mirror, right?
yes,
Brig is better close quarters, BAP is better at long range. The thing about
yeah,
this is you guys can actually be more aggressive. Like we want to take this space, right? We want to be in
hmm
here. We don't want to be on the stairs.
I think we might. Or I know Hammer tries to.
I've seen Clay do it, but you guys don't do it together. That's the thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you're playing here, then you need this off angle here, right?
Is that
Um,
where?
Nimbus is over here now. That's fine. But if you guys are playing stairs, you need one of either this off angle or where he is now, right? Because you want that
Okay.
crossfire, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing more aggressive here, then Brig gets more value, right? Because she's just whacking people through shields and she can whip shot and she can make use of her shield,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because then she can block
200.
200. Well, no, not. It's not about blocking 200 damage. It's about shutting down the pull, right?
Yes,
So if you can take soak up 200 damage when they pull, right?
that's pretty big.
Or you can block rock when they pull, like that's huge, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
pull rock and you just use your shield, that's huge,
Yeah.
right? So Brig works if you take this space, or it could work. It's still something I need to like test out and see. So like I might say like yeah, BAP is just better, um, but yeah, if you guys are playing stairs, BAP is better. If you're playing up
Okay.
here, you might get more value out of Brig, but again, I want to test it more to see. But
Okay.
that's fine. But like you guys can start
So
BAP, it's fine.
okay, yeah, that's just what I run it. Okay, I start BAP.
Yeah, starting BAP is fine.
Okay.
I think the Brig was more something I just wanted to like test out because
Okay.
teams do run dive here. So
Yes, they do run a lot of knife here. I've been
yeah.
seeing. I
So
just listen. This is so off topic. I just want to play Lucio on this point because it's so much
yeah,
fun.
that's not happening unless we're playing dive.
I know, and I'm so sad.
So
And I love Lucio.
anyway, how do I want you?
I just use shift because we all got hit with dynamite.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pulled, yeah, yeah, pulled dynamite.
Okay, and the basically how I see this going down is the first team to rotate a point loses.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, think about this. You send someone in rotation again,
Oh yeah.
spam weaken rotation. One of the reasons Pillars is so fought after is because you can just destroy point with it,
That's so true.
right? So this Arista should just get like demolished, right? But
That's
they,
why I think I turn to her because I see that she's by herself.
yeah, right? So either you win the fight here with like Window or like, uh, I don't know, Bob, Sig, whatever. And what the fuck is going on in
What
general
is that?
chat?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Oh my god.
I don't know if it's like
Uh,
Mexicans just hating on like Americans or if it's Canadians doing it.
Whatever,
Um,
dude.
It's
Yeah.
fucking wild. Anyway, I'll just leave it on, ignore it. Um, yeah, but if you guys can win a fight here first, you want to do that. Because the other game, other scrim, it was like you guys were fighting here, then Hammer rotated to point, but they won because they got square first, right? So, actually, you know what? Let's do this. Go into the scrim tonight, and when you guys play Nepal, tell them that you want to lamp first to build square advantage
Okay.
in a spam mirror if they have spam.
Okay.
Okay, right? And like put it like in this corner. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Or hell, you could even use lamp if you guys wanted to be more aggressive and take this space, but that's fine.
Gotcha.
Just play on the stairs and like lamp the corner, get square advantage, and destroy them. Okay, try doing that. Try that as an opener.
Okay.
Um, and then don't even worry about rotating point. Win the fight first, and then rotate point.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what. Yeah, that's something that I think you told me like a while ago. Whenever playing spam.
You know what? Win the fight and then go to point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because you guys don't want to have to rotate, right?
Yeah.
And like if you
Yeah.
win the fight, and you give up 5-10%. Who cares,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like spam has such a good grip over like maps if you have map control that
Mm-hmm.
like the defender's advantage that you get from winning a fight is way more important than 10%,
Yeah.
right? So you turn to the Orisa and like yeah, even if you guys wanted to, you can just like back up to this corner and just spam it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and then you're cutting these angles from their sig and shit, and then you're just destroying whoever's on point, which is
Yep.
another core aspect of spam, which I've talked about, right? If you guys can
Mm-hmm.
just like isolate one angle and just focus another one, right? That's huge, right?
Yeah.
Because now you're forcing like a 1v5, 1v6, and then you force all
Mm-hmm.
the resources out of that. They have to use lamp, they use fortify, they use shields, and then you open up
Yes,
this
it
angle,
did.
right?
Yep.
One front to another. It's-
Yeah. I actually wasn't. I was not using that to play aggressively, but
That was to say, yeah,
that's what.
that's fine.
Yeah.
And you guys recalling that you needed a shield over on pillars at this point, which is true.
I don't remember saying that. I don't. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
You
I
guys
didn't say
did.
it.
I
I
don't
remember.
remember if it
Yeah.
was. It might have been a different scrim, but
Mm-hmm.
seeing that Clay and Hammer were here, that's probably what I'd imagine.
Yep. Yes. And then Clay rotates over.
They're gonna rotate down there.
Yes. I remember reminding them this. Hey, I cannot heal you that well because I'm on bath.
Yeah, that's fine. Like Bjorn should have
Yep.
orb on him.
Yep.
Yeah, just kind of rotate. Rotation was a little slow.
Clay is just over there. I miss all my wounds.
Yeah.
I remember lamping that. Yeah.
Our
I don't
kind of
think I knew it
rotations
was
are
me.
kind of shit here.
Yes.
Because Clay shouldn't be here. He should be with you guys. They come out that
Mhm.
side. You guys should just be here.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Right? Force them to either come over at pillars to fight you or to, like,
Or the
yeah,
point, which is
yeah.
even
Better
better
for you.
for us.
Yeah, like, force them to come over at pillars. You guys shouldn't,
Hmm.
like, you don't live and die by this area.
Yes.
Right? And that is because it opens us up to a lot of weak positioning. Right? So if we
Okay.
stay here, first of all, now they can force a fight onto us here without actually forcing a fight onto Hammer. Right? So going
Hmm.
back to that, like, one angle at one time and not opening up multiple angles if you don't have to. Right? So that's potential problematic. Right? And if we're here, how much map control do we have? We have point and we have this corner, right? They potentially had this corner because they could have left like an echo here or someone trailing, right? Which is
Hmm.
fine if like Clay's with you and Bjorn, but if he's not, then that becomes really dangerous, right?
Hmm.
One of the ways to actually beat spam on like control maps is to leave a trailer or someone who's lurking, trailing, whatever you want to call it, and then do a team rotation, right? So look at where their echo kind of is. I don't think
Yep.
this is what they
Yeah.
were trying to
roam it.
do, but it's kind of what ended up happening, right?
Okay.
They make this rotation, they force us to counter rotate, and they leave a trailer so that they can capitalize on our rotation, right? If you're
Okay.
playing Brawl versus Spam, you'd leave like a Reaper here, and then you force them into this rotation, the Reaper comes up behind them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Shit like that, right? But if it's BAP, Zen, and Sync together, one person isn't going to do anything,
Yeah.
right?
We are totally fine.
Yeah, right? So, right? In this case, we have a little bit more map control because we still have control of this corner, but this is a neutral zone, right? So
Yes.
where you have lamp is your guys' space, but this is neutral. In this corner is neutral, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means it's dangerous for you and Bjorn, right? So we have a little bit more map control, but it becomes very risky because Clay can be pushed out by himself, and now you guys can be pushed out. Right, so it's very tedious. There, it's over there. Nimbus rotates over, they rotate back.
Oh yes, yes. I don't know. Yeah, I know this. Then yeah, I couldn't do anything.
Just drop down here. Drop on the sledge.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Or,
I forgot you could
yeah, or charge your jump boots, jump across. Right?
jump across. What? Oh,
Just
that.
jump
Okay.
across. Yeah, jump over here to the
Yeah,
mega.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's risky, but you're gonna die
I
there
was gonna
anyway
say,
if you don't do anything, right?
yeah, it's a pretty easy target like Thrash.
Yeah. Well, but the thing about that is you are trying to be unpredictable in your movement, right?
Yes.
So if you come out here, then you're dead. If you try to walk straight across, you're probably dead. But if you
Oh
jump boots across, it might be a little easier to hit, but it's harder to predict, right?
yeah.
Because
Gotcha.
are you coming out at this level? Or are you coming out like up here? Like where are you at,
Mhm.
right? So you're just trying to be
Gotcha.
unpredictable in your movement, right? Come out at an angle that they're not going to expect you to come out. And you're probably dead anyway
Mhm.
there, so it's not like it matters that much, but it's just a small thing.
Yeah.
And you guys should have rotated faster. Why did we not have information on their rotate? Probably because Clay was forced out, and Nimbus had to go save you guys. I would
Yeah.
imagine.
I don't remember them rotating at all. I don't remember anyone calling it.
Well, because Nimbus was over here doing their echo,
Yeah.
so he can't scout it. Clay got forced out, and now he's starting to chase him now. He's like, oh, they're rotating,
He
they're
was.
rotating.
Yeah.
But now it's too late.
It's way too late. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Hmm.
And Hammer can't pressure them in this rotation because he has no
Yeah.
LOS,
Yes.
right? So, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Honestly, it's out.
Yeah. Like
I
Nimbus and
don't
Clay are
remember.
gonna be our scouting info, and they're not in a position to do it. So
I don't remember if we win this round or not. I don't know if we actually win any of these rounds. I don't remember. We'll find out.
hmm.
Oh, so upset that I lost that. And then I get Tigers after. Oh, this was so unfortunate. I remember that. Oh my god. That's okay. Was I? Wait, Max, are you here?
Mm-hmm. Just
Was
thinking.
what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like, was I in a good like position there?
Yep.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Like I thought I was. I just to confirm. This I'm not. I don't know why I did that.
I don't
I
know
think
why
Bob
they pushed
landed.
without you. Why the
Yeah.
fuck were they pushing?
I remember. I remember saying. Well, okay. So we get a pick onto their echo, and they're all like, "Let's go, let's go, let's go!" And I'm like, "Wait, like I'm slightly like behind." But either they didn't hear, I don't know. I think Bob like lands like on me here too.
Probably.
I don't remember. Oh wait, no. He's yeah, he's right there. Ew.
Yeah. Just go around. Um,
Yeah.
it's if they die, that's their own fault, right? Don't chase after them,
Mhm.
right? And they're playing together, so they'll keep each other alive with their abilities, right?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. See ya.
Right.
And then yeah.
Yeah. No, they shouldn't have pushed without you. Like, that's totally on them. Like, you
Mhm.
guys had time. Even if the Echo is dead, you have what's death timers on Koth? 8, 10,
10 seconds. So
10.
yeah, it's still 10. It's
Yeah,
12, I think, in overtime maybe.
yeah, whatever. You guys
I
have
could be
10
wrong.
seconds to like take a fight,
Mhm.
right? And that's being generous because now the Echo has to come back from spawn,
Yeah. So
right?
let's say like at the like yeah
The
like
latest 10 seconds, right? You guys can wait 5 seconds and just like be like, okay, we're all here. Let's make an actual rotation,
mhm.
right? Like, no rush, especially when it's
I
last
think we were
fight.
just rushing. Yeah.
You guys were just rushing because you were like, oh, yeah, you're just being scatterbrained.
Yeah.
Trying
As
to
Naya
force
says,
tempo.
dang.
Yeah. You guys are trying to force tempo that you didn't have the opportunity to
Yep.
force. Yeah, don't chase after people being stupid. If they're being stupid, that's on them. Um, yeah. Right.
Am I allowed to like yell at them?
For that, no. Tell them like, hey, we got time. Don't rush in.
Mhm.
Right. If if you guys get the pick and you're like, oh, go, 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 and you're like, I'm still in spawn, and they're not listening, be like, guys, I'm still in spawn. Listen. Like, you can raise your voice to them because like they need you there,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
you guys might have killed Echo, but arguably you're more important to us actually getting to point and living there,
That's true.
right?
Mhm.
So if you like, don't yell at them, right? Especially not like even like after the round is like after the round's over, after the map's over, like you guys need to wait. Like we have time. Their Echo's
Yeah.
gonna respawn at this point. Like I just need an extra second or two to get back, and then we can actually do a full rotation, right? There's no rush on point pressure, and we have plenty of time on the death timer, right?
Mhm.
But if you think you are like crucial to us getting back to point, right, and actually winning the fight, tell them to wait. You guys have the time, right? And if they're not listening, you can be louder and raise your voice mid map,
Yeah.
right? Because where were you? Like you like
I don't
literally if they just
remember.
waited an extra second, right,
Yeah.
and then took like a better rotation, they would have been fine, right? Yeah, like you're back there, like literally 1 second, them just waiting here, right? That's a huge difference. And their Echo hasn't even respawned yet. Like, yeah, like we're all just playing scatterbrained at this point. Like, because this shouldn't
Yeah.
happen,
Yeah.
this shouldn't happen, you guys being over here shouldn't happen. Like, yeah. Like, realistically, what should happen is literally everyone. So, Bjorn, Sig, Wisp should be over here. Nimbus should be in here, and then you and Hammer should have rotated down into here, right? And then use your tank abilities plus Lamp to anchor point, right? Because you take pillars because you want to win. If you don't take pillars and they have point pressure, you're not going to win. Like if you're playing here and you don't have the off angles to actually pressure them, and you're just playing in cubby and they also have someone on point, more often than not you're not going to win.
Yeah.
Right? Because your DPS aren't in position, your tanks are forced to use all their abilities to rotate, right, and actually get touch onto point before they even need to. Like, look at the timer. You guys have 19%.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of ranting about this. Like, it's just
No,
stupid.
it's okay.
Like, you guys all went scatterbrained, and there's no reason for it.
Yeah, and then we just lose. I don't know how long this will take.
Okay, we play dive, they play spam. Gotcha. Where you at? Did you speed us, Spawn?
I don't think I did on this point, no.
Just
I
remember to
should
do
though.
it. You don't do it
Yeah.
consistently.
Right.
Bop. Yeah, that's fine.
I think my brig has gotten like a lot better. Just...
You can also try and time up Bjorn's volleys with yours, with your shield. Because they have pick potential, right? With Mei, Zen, or Ashe, it's gonna put a lot of pressure onto Bjorn. So don't be afraid to
Again,
just like peek out, time it.
I know you already know this, but I know it's something that we have done, but not very consistently, which seems to be a theme.
Yep. Literally just go into a custom game or go into a practice into like the training range and be like, all right, let's time up our things and be like 3, 2, 1,
Yeah.
right? Or you can literally just listen for the sound of her volleys,
Yeah.
right? And when you think it's about to go, or she can just be like you guys can literally just make up your own word, just like banana or something, right? And be like, when Bjorn says banana, you're just gonna peek out and she's gonna volley, right? And after she volleys, you peek back into cover, right? Like that's as simple as it has to be. Just pick like a one syllable word and as like a trigger word for you guys. Like
Yes.
there now. Shield dance, block, yup.
God, my brig is cracked, even though I just died.
Just cover usage. Just a little bit of cover
Yeah.
usage there and you would have been fine.
I think yeah.
Other than that, yeah, that was good. Like if a team gets that close to you and they're gonna run you over with like spam or brawl, one swing, pop inspire, shield dance to get to a corner, and then rest your shield. Yeah,
Yep.
and then when inspire's about to run out, just peek it, swing if you need your shield, and then back behind a corner. Right? Because at that point you're just like playing to live, and your team's gonna be diving them anyway, so you'll be giving them heal, you'll be giving them inspire, but you just need to play to live and kind of be a distraction at that point. Right? And then when fight starts to break down and your team is in the thick of things, then you can be more aggressive and look for damage. But the biggest thing there was just like a little bit of cover usage and you would have been fine. Where's Bjorn? That's over here.
Bjorn is hanging out.
Dink. Strands.
And I die here, actually. Yeah. I should have backed out. Where's Bjorn? Did Bjorn die?
No, she's
Is
behind
she
you.
behind me?
She's
Okay,
behind
okay. I just want to make sure. I think yeah.
She's just doing Zen things.
Awesome. I just want to make sure. Make sure everyone gets rally armor. Oh wait, Bjorn didn't get rally armor. It's probably like the most important target too. Oh no, I don't die here. Yeah. So good.
So things have broken down, things are more chaotic, you can be more aggressive.
Mm-hmm. That's I noticed it too.
Yep.
Okay, so we actually went. Yep, we go after this. I'm just a whip shot. That's fine because Winston's there. Wait, do we lose this fight? We shouldn't.
Nope.
Alright, good.
Well, I mean, no, you shouldn't. Like, I'm agreeing with you guys.
Oh, okay.
You might. I don't know. We'll see.
I remember dying. Yeah. What did we do?
Unless Nimbus hits a fat shatter, you guys lose.
Yeah.
He's a DPS player. He can't block. Bjorn's still alive, though, actually.
I
I'm
don't.
assuming this Lucio's gonna kill her.
No. I think Bjorn kills him.
Hammer. Nah, it's a good move on Hammer's part.
Wait, yeah. Yep.
Dinked.
That was actually
That was
clean.
a
Oh
good
my
volley.
God. Dude, Bjorn Zen is so good. Oh my goodness.
Hold on. This was first scrim, right?
No, this is our second block.
This was second block?
Yes,
Okay.
I remember because the Moon Man was in second block.
Okay. Pause, second block.
Does that like matter or?
Yes.
Oh.
99. Okay, let's go on.
Okay.
You back yet? Yeah, there you are. Okay. Oh yeah, if you're playing versus the Bob, just like draw aggro, shield, right? Use them to proc inspire. Wait, Bob gives inspire, right?
Wait, what?
Bob gives inspire, right? I'm not
Yes, he
tripping.
does. Yes, it does. Yes.
Okay, blanked on that. So come out here, use him to proc inspire, take a little bit of damage, take a little bit of shield damage, cut OS. Peek back out,
Okay.
take some damage, nice. Okay, if you're not doing anything else, like, right, or if you don't want to like run it at Ryan because he's like a May with him, or he's gonna get burst or whatever.
Yeah, I tend to do that like quite a bit, like especially now, like like since Ash meta.
Yeah. Yeah, but if like Bob is here, you can take the aggro, and that's huge because he's not gonna kill you, right? Because you have cover, right? So you're taking aggro while still proccing your inspired to help your team.
Yep.
So you can be like whip shot, fuck off.
Yep.
Proc inspire, draw aggro, fucking bash someone over here. Inspire,
Gotcha.
proc inspire. Just keep the aggro off him, right? Because if you have inspire going and no one's touching you, right, and you're taking aggression from the Bob, that's still good use of inspire. Because
Yes.
now they're not getting value out of the off angle, but you're getting value out of him because you're getting inspire,
Yes.
right? So little matchup thing. And then you're back over there. Doomfist. guys lose? I think you guys lose that.
I think we do.
um,
Jesus.
yeah. Make sure you guys are tracking swaps, right?
Yeah.
Like that Doomfish should not have got that punch on you. Either you're LOSing
Mhm.
him or you're counter punching with bash, right?
Mhm.
There's no way he should get that off on you.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you probably shouldn't even be in the open there anyway, like in the middle. Like you should
Mhm.
just be using the wall back and forth, right?
Mhm.
But I guess not as tanky as she used to be. Unless you have rally, you should be still using cover a bit more, right?
Okay.
So your general positioning on there seemed fine. Like you were between Bjorn almost all the time. They weren't running
Yes.
dives, so you didn't have to worry too much about that. But you were always in a good position, like relative to Bjorn and relative to the enemy team. Just cover usage a bit more. So
Mhm.
that was what I would say for break. Okay, yeah, about 40 minutes
Awesome.
before the scrim. Okay,
All right. I think honestly, I got a lot of information out of that, especially for Batiste.
that's good.
That was PogChamp actually. I feel very excited to play Bap tonight.
That's good.
Yeah.